Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Ultrasonic Film. I actually got an incredible opportunity to chat with veteran character actor Dick Miller. I chat with Dick and his wife, Lainey Miller. We talk a little bit about his career. It's a very brief interview. He had actually stopped doing interviews, but a new book was coming out about him, written by Caleb Vadstell, called You Don't Know Me, But You Love Me. And even at almost 90 years old, Dick Miller is still very generous enough to give me this interview to promote the book and to talk a little bit about his career. So this actually might be one of the last interviews that Dick Miller ever did. He passed away a little bit after this. So this is considered one of the most special interviews I've ever done. And I'm very happy to share this brief interview with you right now. I want to thank you guys very much for joining me right now. Right now on the phone, we have Dick Miller and his lovely wife, Lainey Miller. It's really an honor to talk to you guys. You guys have a new, very exciting book coming out. Caleb Vadstell, a local author here, has wrote You Don't Know Me, But You Love Me, The Lives of Dick Miller. I got to ask you, with Caleb's new book coming out, were there specific roles that you've done in the past that you are very pleased have stood the test of time?
Well, let's see. They're all very memorable parts. I always remember Bucket of Blood, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to wear well.
What would you say is the role that you're most recognized from? Because you, sir, have been in more than 200 roles on film and television. And I would imagine that the role that you're most recognized from has changed over the years.
It has. Most of the people seem to have a favorite film, and they're always calling out my name. I don't remember. I think The Gremlins has a partner that stands out, Mr. Futterman.
Mm-hmm.
And I got people who always yell, "Hey, Futterman this," and "Hey, Futterman that." Where's Weirwell?
Yes, I can certainly imagine. I got to tell you, sir, my favorite film of all time is the original Terminator from 1984. You're in the film, you play the gun shop owner. What do you remember? What was the experience like on this production?
Well, that was just about it. I came in and I did the parts and came out again.
You, of course, are known in the industry as kind of one-take Miller, one-line Miller, so I would imagine they call you and they bring you into roles and you do them and you just knock them off. It's kind of amazing. You've played characters in every type of film. Do you have a favorite genre to work with? Horror, comedy, action?
No, I don't think so. I do them all. The comedies are fun and the serious things are serious.
One thing as well, too, is you're in pretty much every one of director Joe Dante's films. What's the experience like working with director Joe Dante? Because clearly you're a favorite of his.
Well, he's a favorite of mine.
Oh.
I remember when I first met him, I didn't realize he was such a young kid. He was about 20 years younger than me. But after working with him, I got to like him. I thought I'd adopt him.
That's awesome. When you think back to the classic days of the Roger Corman films, because, of course, you started doing films in the mid-1950s with Roger Corman, you guys would knock these films off in just a few days, and the experience back then must have been amazing and quite different from today. What first comes to mind when you're thinking back to those classic days of those Roger Corman movies?
Oh, I really don't know. I think the most fun thing was... I remember how I went in to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to be that I went in as a writer.
Right.
And I guess you heard, I don't know if you heard the story or not.
No, go ahead.
He simply talked to him for a while. He said, "You're from New York?" And yes, and I'm a writer. And then we don't need any writers, he said. He said, "We need actors." And I yelled, "I'm an actor."
That's awesome.
Hungry in those days.
Yeah, absolutely. And you acted with him immediately, and you ended up appearing in production after production after production, and then all of the directors that worked with Roger Corman ended up hiring you for all of their films as well. It really turned into an amazing career for you, one that has lasted decades and given you a reputation as a very reliable performer. I have to ask, of course, is there any advice you'd offer to new actors starting out today? What would you say to them?
In acting, it's a matter of honesty, I guess. The closer you come to the truth, I can say is be honest.
Yeah. Be honest. I like that information to pass on as well. Now, you guys have a documentary called That Guy, Dick Miller. You can actually get copies of this documentary via website. Isn't that right?
Yes, our website for the purchase of that one is www.thatguydickmiller.com.
Okay.
And yes.
That's fantastic. I really do appreciate this interview, you guys. I wish you the best of luck, of course, with this new book. I think it's great that the longevity that you've had, sir. And again, I appreciate you taking a few moments and chatting with me and kind of letting everybody know who that guy, Dick Miller, is.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being on the show, James.